Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to create Wave transaction for Thrivecart purchase. I want that whenever a new product is purchased in my Thrivecart account, automatically by using the details of the payment, a new transaction should be created in my Wave account. So how we are going to do this process automatically and effortlessly? For that we will have to integrate Thrivecart with Wave. So what we are going to do? We are going to use Pabbly Connect in order to connect both of them. So what we are going to do? We have Thrivecart in our trigger and Wave in our action. So we will be connecting both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever a new product will be purchased in Thrivecart, automatically first the customer will get search with the email in Wave, and if that particular customer will be an existing customer of Wave, then only a transaction will be created in Wave by using the same payment details. So to learn the entire step by step, let me take you all to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn that whenever a new purchase is made in Thrivecart for a particular product, such as this advanced PHP course, automatically by using the details of this purchase, a new transaction will be created in Wave. Okay, so let's start learning this process step by step. First of all, in order to create the workflow, we have to come on our browser and then we have to search for pabbly.com/connect. And when we do that, we will come on the landing page of this software. Here we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you have to click on sign up for free button to create your free new account, and it will take only 2 minutes. Also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks to explore this amazing software. Now because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. After coming on all apps section, we can find all the products offered by Pabbly. Now to create this workflow, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And here it will take us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So this is the dashboard and we can find all the workflows which we create on this dashboard. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option given on right corner with blue color. So let's click on it. And now a dialog box is appeared in front of us which is asking us to provide this workflow a suitable name. So let's give it a name as Create Wave Transaction for Thrivecart Purchase. And after giving the name, let's click on Create. As we do that, we can find two windows are open in front of us. First is a trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the basic principles or the basic concepts on which the entire workflow of this automation runs. Here we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Okay, so the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is a response towards the trigger. The very first step of every workflow is the trigger. So let's start creating this workflow. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, which is going to be Thrivecart. So let's select it. And now we will select our trigger event. So we want that whenever a new product will be purchased in Thrivecart, then this workflow should initiate. So therefore, we are selecting the trigger event as product purchase. Click on connect. And now from the given options, let's select add new connection. Here we have to provide one token. So from where we are going to find that? For that we have to go on the settings section of our Thrivecart account. So let me take you to my Thrivecart account. And here we can find profile section from the top. So we will select it, and under that we have to go on settings option. So from the given options, we have to select API and webhooks. And here we can find API keys. So click on view settings, and several API keys are provided already here. So in order to create a new API key, we will click on this create API button, and here we have to enter the name of our API key. So I'm going to enter a random name as new API. Okay, click on create API, and here we can find that our API key is ready. So we will copy it and we will close it. Now we have to paste it over here. Done. Click on save. And our Thrivecart account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now we have to select the product which we want to sell. Okay, so I want to select advanced PHP course, which is in test mode. So I want that whenever advanced PHP course will be purchased by a customer, then the response should be captured here in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's click on save and send test request. And we can find that it is showing waiting for response. That means now we have to do a test submission by making a test purchase. So we will again go on our Thrivecart account, and under that we can find products option. So we will click on it, and here we can find several products. So I have selected advanced PHP course there in Pabbly Connect. So we will use this particular product. Okay, so we will click on get URL in order to get the checkout page, and we will click on view checkout in order to make a test transaction. Okay, so let us enter the information of the customer. Let us enter first of all the name. So I'm just entering dummy details over here. So first of all, I'm going to enter the name as test customer. Okay, and I'm going to enter a dummy email. So let's keep the name as test user and the email as testuser44@pabblytudes.com, just a random details, and at last I will enter the phone number. Done. After entering the details, let's click on continue, and because I'm working in test mode, so I have the dummy card number, so I will copy it and I will paste it over here. After that, I will enter a dummy expiry date, let's say this, and a random CVV number. Okay, click on complete order. And we can find that our purchase is made. Now we will go back to Pabbly Connect, and here we can find that we have received the response along with the product details and the customer details. Okay, now we will move on for our next step. So we want to create a new transaction in Wave if and only the customer who has made the purchase in Thrivecart does already exist in Wave as a customer. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do, we have to first of all search the customer in Wave if they already exist or not. Okay, so let's select our action application as Wave, and in our action event we will select get customer by email. So we will select the customer by email which we have received through Thrivecart. So let us click on add new connection, and here we have to click on connect with Wave. So Pabbly Connect is asking us for accessing our Wave account. So let's click on allow access, and here we can find that our authorization is successful. It is very easy because I was already logged into my Wave account. So you also have to keep in mind always to keep log into your Wave account before making up a connection with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here we have to enter the business that is already selected as Pabbly and the email of the customer. So we will map it by using previous step, that is Thrivecart. Okay, so here we will find for the email, and we can find that email is given over here. So we will map it and we will click on save and send test request. And here we can find that we have received the customer ID. That means this particular customer does exist in our Wave account also. So now we want that if and only this customer ID exist in Wave account, then this workflow should continue, otherwise not. So we will add one more action step here, and we will add filter. Okay, we will apply filter, which is a feature by Pabbly, because we want if and only the customer ID which we have received through Wave exist in our Wave account, then only this particular workflow should continue, otherwise not. So we will enter the customer ID over here which we have received through Wave, and in our filter type we will use exist, because we want that if this particular customer ID exists in Wave, then only this workflow should continue. So we have selected it, and now we will click on save and send test request. And here we can find that our condition is true because this ID does exist in Wave. So this workflow will continue now. Okay, so we will add one more action step here, which will be creating a new transaction for this particular customer in Wave. Okay, so again we will search in our action application for the Wave, and in our action event this time we have to select create transaction with line items. Click on connect, and we will go with the existing connection. Click on save, and we can find that again our Wave account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now we have to enter the details which it is asking. First of all, the business, so it is already selected. The next is external ID. So we will use Thrivecart purchase in order to map the external ID. So I will map this order invoice ID because it will get changed with every new response. Okay, so here I have mapped external ID as order invoice ID. Now the next is the date. So we have to enter the date in this particular format, that is year, month and the date. So how we are going to do that? Because we have not received the date in this format, so what we are going to do, we will format this date by adding one more action step here by clicking on this plus sign. So here we will use date and time formatter, which is a feature by Pabbly. We will select the action event, that is format date only, because we only want the date. Click on connect, and now it is very easily connected because it is already an inbuilt feature of Pabbly. So we have to map the date which we have received in order to format it. So we will map the date, and here is the order date. We have received the date in this particular format, that is year, month, date and the time, hour, minute and second. So we do not want it, we only want the date. So because we do not want the time, we only want the date, so we will format it. First of all, we have to enter the from format, that is we want to format the date from, because we have received the date in this particular format, that is year, month, date and time. So we want to change it in this format, only year, month and date. Okay, click on save and send test request. and we have received the response only the date. We will use this particular date in order to map the data here. Okay, so first of all, let's again click on connect in order to connect our Wave account. Again, because we have added one more step in between, we will go with the existing connection only. Click on save, and here we can find that again our Wave account is connected with Pabbly Connect. So now we will enter the date. Okay, so we will use date time formatter by Pabbly in order to map the date. And here the next it is asking us for the description of the product. So let us enter the description by using Thrivecart, the name of the product, that is Advanced PHP. So in my Anchor account, I am going to use the account as Magnet Brains. It is selected. The next is transaction amount. So we will map the amount which we have received, that is the original amount. Done. Transaction direction is deposit because the amount is deposited and not withdrawal. Okay, and in the line item categorization account, I am going to use sales because we have done a sale, okay, through Thrivecart. Now the next is line item customer ID. So here we have to enter the customer ID, which is going to be changed every time. So what we are going to do, we are going to use this particular customer ID which we have received through Wave. Okay, so this is our customer ID. We are going to use this. So for that, what we are going to do, we have to map the data. Okay, so we will come here again and we will turn on this mapping button, and now we are going to map the data by using our previous step, that is Wave. Here we have received the customer ID, so we have mapped it. Why we are using the step of mapping? Because we want that whenever a new response is received in Pabbly Connect, automatically these fields should be changed and should be replaced with the new data, and the workflow should not get stuck due to dynamic data. But if we will enter the data manually or by using drop down, then it will get stuck and it will not change with every new response. Then the workflow will get stuck. Okay, so to automate the entire process, we use the step of mapping. And now the line item amount, so we will again map the amount also. Done. And some of the details are optional, so I am ignoring them for now. Click on save and send test request. And yes, we have received the response with a new transaction ID. So we will go and check on our Wave account that whether a new transaction is created over there or not. For that, we have to go on sales and payment, and under accounting section on the left side, we can find transaction. So we will select it, and here we will refresh the page. And yes, we can find that a new transaction is created over here with the same amount, category as sales, and the description as Advanced PHP. Okay, so that means our workflow is perfectly successful here. So we will go back on Pabbly Connect and summarize what we have done in this workflow. So here we have taken 4 steps, trigger and 3 actions. In trigger we have taken Thrivecart, and in action we have taken Wave, filter by Pabbly, date time formatter by Pabbly, and Wave. And we have connected all of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a product will be purchased in Thrivecart, automatically first of all the customer who have made the purchase will get searched in Wave by using email, and if that particular customer will be an existing customer, then only the workflow will get continue, and automatically a new transaction will be created for the same purchase in Wave. And we have created a condition by using filter by Pabbly that if the customer already exists in Wave, then only this transaction should be created, and then only this workflow should continue, otherwise not. And also in order to format the date, we have used date time formatter by Pabbly. Okay, so this was a full workflow, and these were the steps which we have to follow in order to create this workflow. This was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can easily integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can easily email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can easily reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you are having any pricing related issue with Pabbly Connect, you can easily reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel to learn more such automation.